Hey guys! All right, we're getting to the point where we are able to start advertising for our custom services if customs is something that you're interested in offering to paying clients. And I wanted to walk you through my website just to kind of show you how I have it set up and let you know a little bit of my process for signing clients up for custom projects. Okay, there's two ways you can really go about doing this, which would be to have a client waiting list or to take clients one at a time. If you're full time, you can have a client waiting list, and that is a great thing to do because it allows you to take on people as soon as they're interested. They can book their project with you, but it can be daunting if you have a client waiting list that's very large. I get to the point about a year ago. I was about a year and a half into my designing, and my client waiting list was about 6 months long, and I was super stressed out. It is really stressful because you take payment up front and people are waiting a long time for you to be able to get to them. And if you're behind on one project, it's like, oh my gosh, you'll be up till 2 in the morning trying to catch up, working your weekends. So, client waiting list is a good thing, but it's also something that you really, really need to stay on top of. What I do now, I stopped taking clients on on a waiting list for a while because my kids were in school and I didn't want that pressure. So I was taking first come first serve, only one at a time. If I was open, great. If I wasn't, then I'm sorry I can't help you. But you miss out on a lot of business that way, and that's stressful too because we all have bills and we want to keep our businesses rocking and rolling, and this is our opportunity to stay home with our kids. So we need to be bringing in that income. If we don't have someone approaching us every week, then we're not as busy as we would be maybe if we would be willing to book in advance. So that's something that you can consider, how you want to go about doing that. Also, figure out what kind of customs that you want to offer. If you have an incredibly long list of design services, it can be a little overwhelming to people. It's tempting to do that in the beginning. I remember writing out, oh my gosh, every little thing that I was willing to do, like Etsy design covers and invitations and product stickers and everything else. And you can do that, but I will tell you, if you try to appeal to everybody, it's going to make you stand out a lot less. People really are looking for something specific. And if you can offer that specific thing that someone's looking for, you're going to have more sales than trying to, have a very broad list of web design services that people maybe they don't realize if they need it or not, or maybe they're not looking for anything that that is on your list. Maybe they think that you're only, offering certain things to certain people. It just, if you can narrow down your niche market, it makes it a lot easier for people to find you via Google also, because you're going to be constantly talking about the things that you're specializing in, and you're going to rank high on Google search results. I have not Googled myself in a long time. Let me just see. Custom character design. We'll just see for the fun of it where I am in Google results. I haven't done much in a while, so probably, hopefully, the first page. If not, I'm gonna have to do some search engine optimization. Custom blog character. Okay, here I am. Custom blog characters. I'm up at the top, so woohoo, that's good. My friend Louise is second. Okay, Louise. She's got a good business too. It's really, really nice. Her art's beautiful. It's nice to see some design friends of mine on the same pages. That's pretty cool. Okay, so the reason why I'm on the first page for this, custom blog characters, is because I use that word a lot on my website, and that's what I name most of my images under my portfolio. And if I was not focusing in on something like that, it would be very difficult for people who are looking for exactly what I'm specializing in to find me if I have a million and one things that, I'm kind of throwing out there. So it may feel like you're limiting yourself by having a specialization, but if you specialize in clip arts or like floral clip arts specifically, um, focus in on floral clip arts. You don't need to try to have the whole country purchase your clip arts from you because you want people who need what you are the best at. Okay? So people who are looking for custom blog characters are going to see me right off the bat. Someone who is going to be looking for flower clip art sets are going to see stock sites, mygraphico.com, and I bet you if we put kid clip arts, I bet you Jessica Weeble is going to be up here somewhere on here. Teachers pay teachers, whimsy clips, mygraphico again. Number 2, what's number 2? This one's a little harder to rank in, but this is a good thing to do too. If you find that you have a specialty in mind, stick it up here in your Google search bar and see what you're competing with. If you're mostly competing with things like stock sites, that's going to be hard to outrank because stock sites have thousands of pictures to choose from. So maybe you can, oh, here's Jessica Weeble on an image, and I think this one's hers too. But if your only competitors are like the big stock sites like Shutterstock.com and things like that, try to find something even more specialized than what you've typed in here. So people can find you. Okay, enough search engine optimization stuff. If you're writing about the things that you love on your blog and you're putting new photos and you're writing about your projects and things like that, Google will find you and Google will reward you on the search engines. I have so many people who are so worried about targeting audiences, and I was sucked into that in the beginning too. And let me tell you, if you start writing blog posts to try to target people, you are going to get burnt out, you're going to get bored, you're going to feel that you're not being authentic, and you're going to hate your business. So don't try to target people. I know marketers, social media marketing, and all those marketing gurus are going to tell you how to target. But if you are doing this because you love doing this, you're going to hate targeting, and you're going to want people to find you who need you. You're not going to want to fish for clients, and you don't have to fish for clients. I promise that if you have really pretty things on your site and you're authentic and you're selling them at fair prices and you have good customer feedback and good word of mouth, a lot of your clients are going to be word of mouth. You're going to have a rockin' business. So don't worry about having to trick people into finding you and having to target people with keywords and having to do all that stuff. People will find you. Okay? Okay. Enough of that. When people do find you, they're going to go on your website and they're going to look to see what's going on. If you can have some kind of incentive on your front page, that's always helpful. That boosts my, see right here, I have free business card design with purchase of exclusive rights. That always boosts my interest in people who are at my site. I get emails asking about that. If you have a new product, you can put it on your website, feature it. I'm going to go into how to set up a website like this in the next video. But when people do go on here, they're going to need to see a few things. They're going to want to see your design services front and center so they know what the heck you're offering. People will stay on your website for about 20 seconds. If they haven't found what they're looking for, they will leave and they will not come back. It's important, even if you're offering something that they don't need, that you have it in front of people who may be looking for what you have, okay? So don't have a cute little logo with nothing else showing what you do, because then people, you won't get them. You won't get them if you miss that information. So have a great tagline that maybe says, feminine clip art sets for stationery designers or something like that, underneath your logo. Or you can have custom design services right there on your sidebar. Or you can have something that says specializing in character design on a website slider image, something right there so they'll see. Have contact information available, contacts. It's important for people to know how to get a hold of you, how to communicate with you. I have only an email form. I don't do phone communication. You can do that if you want to, but I find that it's easy for me to talk to people when I have the time to talk to people and I'm not distracted working from home. I have children, so I have an email form. That's how I can most professionally interact with my clients. Okay, and always have a portfolio that they can see your work in. I've had most of my design mentors who do web design say don't have more than 10 images in your portfolio because it can be distracting and people can get, overwhelmed with your portfolio. I find that that is not true for what I do. I find that the more images that I have in my portfolio gives people the opportunity to see. I have page after page, to see all of the things that I am capable of doing, to see all of the uh, the different ideas that people have had for characters, to see different color palettes, to see different styles, character styles. I find it very valuable to have a large portfolio. The larger, the better. As long as your pictures in here are good. You may want to weed out the older ones that aren't so great anymore and aren't so up to date with your current style. But I think people really enjoy having a lot to look at in your portfolio. It makes you look like you've been working for a while, and it makes you it gives you an opportunity to showcase your clients as well. And your clients like to show up on your portfolio. They like to be able to see their character on your website. So that's the portfolio. As far as prices are concerned, you can list your prices. We'll do semi-custom character design since this is the first one. You can list your prices on your website, or you can say contact me for a quote. Which both work, but honestly, I have found in the past the not having your prices listed and saying contact me for a quote is scary for people because they automatically think that you're incredibly expensive. And you don't want to put your prices online because they're high. So that is a option that you can do if you're comfortable with doing that. Or you can have people contact you if you think that your services are just way out, in multiple directions and there's really not a starting point. But for the most part, I find that people email me when I have my prices listed, and I know that if they email me and they are interested in a design, they've already seen my prices, they're not going to be scared away from them, and more likely than not will order. So that's why I like my prices on my website. Okay, I don't have a checkout on my website. I don't have like a add this to your cart, because that would be very overwhelming, having 20 people order a design in 1 month and then expect to have it done within the next 48 hours. Like that would be very overwhelming. So I have a contact me policy if you want to book a project. And once I do book a project, I have a calendar over here, booking availability. In my sidebar, people can see. Whoops. Hello. People can see. I think I'm moving around this page a little bit too much. People can see whether I'm currently open for clients, which I am at the moment. If I'm currently closed, I will put that up as a message so they can know. And then under here, I have a project calendar where they can actually see where they are on the calendar, or perhaps how long they're going to have to wait before I can start a project. For the most part, character designs, I usually give myself a week for a client because they may request some revisions, and I like to give myself more time than needed rather than not enough time. So you're going to be able to determine how long it's going to take you to work on specific projects, and you can give yourself some timelines. Character designs usually take me about 2 to 3 days, but giving the week block gives me a little wiggle room in case, maybe I have to double book a client because they decided that they wanted a few like a blog header design and some graphics to go along with their character design. So just in case, the end of their project block, they want to add on some things, I still have some space at the end of the week to squeeze that in. Okay. I have also read reviews online of some of my clients, and they specifically mention this calendar, being able to see where they are on the calendar. It gives them some reassurance that the deadline is going to be met and that they have specific time frame. And especially since they're paying ahead of time, it's not like they have to, they're going to give me money and then wait and not really know when I'm starting. This makes them feel very secure in their purchase, and they really like that. And they like to see that people are also ordering from you. I've noticed that that if they see that your calendar is full or there's quite a few people on there, they're going to feel that want to contact you soon because they're going to want a slot. Before I did take my calendar off, and my sales slowed down because people didn't feel that need to contact me and need to quickly book. So I think this does something with the kind of feeling of urgency of wanting to get on your booking calendar, to have this visual. This is a plugin. It's a calendar event plugin that you can put onto your WordPress blog. There's a bunch of them. It's just a simple WordPress one. But that's client projects and the calendar stuff that I use. Okay. That is just about it as far as booking people. I use PayPal predominantly. I've had a merchant account before in the past. Do not spend money on a merchant account. They sign you up for like 3 years, and it's really, you don't need it now that PayPal accepts credit cards without people having an account. So I only use PayPal with my website, and I always invoice people. They'll contact me. I will email them with a quote, and if they say, yep, it's good to go, I'll go over to PayPal and I will send them an invoice that says exactly what they're buying. And so I have that record on email and on the PayPal invoice that I'm sending. And they're required to pay that invoice before I start their project. I will not start a project unless that invoice has been paid and is up to date, because I've had those clients go MIA, and your time is what they're paying for, not just the finished product. We work as designers, and we need to get paid for our time. So that's important. Refunds, all of these policies, I've mentioned my policies before. Have all this information on your site before you start taking customs, your prices, your booking. How to order is a big one. If you don't have a cart button where they place an order right here, I have it plain as day under every single page that I have services on, like price in your face. What's included is in your face. What to expect is in your face. All the little details. And at the bottom, my incentives, terms of service, copyright information. I have all of this stuff very, very clearly put on my service pages, and as at the bottom I always put, as always, I'm here to answer all your questions. Please don't hesitate to send me an email. I will get back to you ASAP with a link to my contact form. And then I have a ready to order. Here's how. I can't wait to work with you. If you're excited about working with your clients, they are going to be excited to work with you. If you get a project that you're not excited about, somebody contacts you and they want something that seems really weird, or maybe something that you're not into, it is okay to not take that client. It's okay to say, you know, maybe I don't think that this project is exactly right for me and what I do. So here's a couple links to some other designers who may be able to help you out. Just because someone contacts you does not mean you need to take on the project. If you don't love working on a project, it's going to be a miserable week. So if you get those ideas, those clients that you connect with and that you're excited about the vision that they have, you're going to have a much better outcome. And they'll build a relationship with you and a friendship with you, and they'll contact you again later on. So choose your clients just as much as they're choosing you. Okay, anyway, back to the ready to order thing. If you don't have a contact button or a checkout button for like a $50 semi-custom character, if you want to do it based on your quote and not a specific number, I have a link down here that brings them to a how to order page, and it tells them to contact me, the terms of service information, and right here I still have only one client at a time. I just switched back to calendar, so I need to update that, but it says to contact. Okay, and we'll go from there, so they know to email me. All right, so just have it clear to people how to place an order with you. Okay. Under more info, licensing information, link buttons, turnaround times. Turnaround times is important to give people an idea of how long it's going to take once you start. That's also important. And I think that's about it. The more simple your website is and not super packed with tons of information. You can super pack your blog with tons of information. That's fine. But as far as the front of your web page, just keep your services, your terms, your contact information, and maybe even an about page if you want to have that kind of personal connection with who you're working with or who you want to work with. Instead of an about page on the front, I have a Meet Alicia button, and it tells people a little bit about me if they want to know that. Okay. So anyway, that's the basic stuff on the website. So the next video is going to be our last video, and I can't believe that. And you guys are going to know how to set up your whole website shop. I use the WordPress dashboard, and it's a paid WordPress, and I'll get on into all of that in the next video to come. See you there.